Pick your clearest childhood memory, the one you're certain happened, the one you defend to anyone. Now hold it. There's a real chance you're remembering something you were never there for. A scene built from a photograph, a story someone told you so many times it grew roots, a moment your brain assembled from spare parts and stamped with your name. And here's the part that should bother you. You'll never be able to tell which one it is. You think you're remembering your life. You're not. You're remembering the last time you remembered it, and the time before that. A copy of a copy of a copy. And somewhere down that chain, the original is gone. Let me show you how deep this goes. We treat memory like a recording. Press play, and the past returns exactly as it was. That's the story we tell ourselves. It's comforting, it's also completely wrong. Your brain does not store the past. It rebuilds it. Every time you remember something, your mind takes a handful of fragments, a color, a feeling, a face, and constructs the rest in real time. The gaps, it fills them with guesses, reasonable guesses, confident guesses, and it never tells you which parts were real and which parts it invented 30 seconds ago. So the thing you call a memory isn't a recording at all. It's a reconstruction, and it gets worse because the very act of remembering is what damages it. Every time you pull a memory up, you reopen the file, and when you put it back, you don't put back the original. The new version, slightly edited by your current mood, your current beliefs, the person you've become, that's what gets stored. The original is overwritten permanently. Sit with what that means. The memories you visit the most are the ones you've rewritten the most. The ones you treasure, the ones you replay on hard nights, the ones that feel most you, those are the most corrupted files in your entire mind. And the truest memories you own, they're the ones you've forgotten you have, the ones you never touch, untouched, unrewritten, perfectly preserved, and completely out of reach. So, the wedding, the funeral, the moment you fell in love, those aren't your most accurate memories. They're your most rewritten ones. And there's a darker edge to this. The people you've lost, the ones you've grieved the longest, returned to the most, refused to let fade. Those are the faces you now remember the least accurately. Every time you reached for them, you smudged them a little more. Your devotion is what blurred their faces. You were trying to hold on. You were rewriting them the whole time. Now, if memory can quietly edit itself, here's the question that should keep you up. Can a memory be installed from the outside? Something that never happened at all? In the 1990s, a researcher named Elizabeth Loftus decided to find out. Her team sat people down and described 4 childhood events from their past. 3 were true. 1, getting lost in a shopping mall as a child, terrified, crying, rescued by a stranger, was completely fabricated. It never happened. And yet, within a few sessions, a quarter of those people remembered it, not vaguely, vividly. They added details no one had given them, the color of the stranger's shirt, the fear, the relief. They defended it. Some cried. You can plant a false memory in a human being in under an hour. Read that again. Under an hour. Which means false memory isn't a glitch. It's not a rare malfunction. It's the operating system working exactly as designed. Your brain accepts new memories the way a river accepts new water without checking where it came from. So the question was never whether you carry false memories. The question is how many, and which ones you've built your life around. Think about the stories you tell about yourself, the ones that explain who you are. I was always shy. I was a brave kid. That was the day everything changed. Some of those, maybe the most important ones, you don't actually remember. A parent told you. A sibling described it their way. A photograph filled in a scene you were too young to encode. You didn't remember them. You inherited them. And then somewhere along the way, you started calling them yours. Now you might be thinking, fine, but I can tell the difference. The real ones feel real. Here is where it turns cold. Every year, people are convicted of crimes they didn't commit, sent to prison by eyewitnesses who were certain, not hesitant, certain. Witnesses who looked at an innocent face and felt in their bones, that's him. And they were wrong. We've all seen it in ourselves, on a smaller scale. The flashbulb memory, exactly where you were when some terrible news broke. Vivid, detailed, unshakable. When researchers checked those memories against what people wrote down the day it happened, they didn't match. The details had drifted, and the people had no idea. Because confidence and accuracy are made in different rooms of your brain. The feeling of being sure is a signal your mind generates. It is not a measurement of truth. And here is the implication that should chill you. There is no internal alarm. No false memory feels false. The fakes don't arrive with a warning label. They arrive wearing the exact same certainty as the real ones. The same warmth, the same weight, the same, of course this happened. You are missing the one sense you would need to catch it. You've been carrying a forger in your head your entire life, and they never sign their work. So let's follow this all the way down. Because if your memories are reconstructed, overwritten, inherited, and confidently false, then what exactly is your identity made of? You are a story, stitched together from fragments, some real, some rebuilt, some borrowed, some invented. That's not a metaphor. That is the material of the self. The unreliable thing was never just your memory. Stop. Notice what just happened. This whole time, you've been listening with a quiet assumption that there's a real you underneath all this, a true version getting distorted by faulty memories, a self being damaged. There isn't. Take away the memories, every one of them, and there is no one standing underneath to protect. No core, no original. The edits aren't happening to you. The edits are you. Here's the trap we walked into. Memory feels like something you have, a possession, stored somewhere safe, something you could lose. But you are not a person with memories. You are the pattern those memories make when they assemble. There is no one behind your eyes reading the file. The assembling, that flickering, constant reconstruction, that is the self. There is no reader. There is only the reading, which means tonight, while you sleep, when a memory quietly rewrites itself, you won't feel the edit. You'll wake up as the edited version, certain you've always been exactly this person. You won't mourn the version that's gone, because the new you doesn't remember it was ever different. You are not losing the old self. The old self is being overwritten, silently, nightly, by something wearing its name. And now we arrive at the truth this was always about. This was never about memory. It was about the most disturbing trick consciousness ever pulled. Because evolution never built memory to be true. Truth was expensive. Truth was unnecessary. What kept an animal alive was coherence. The feeling of being one continuous person, moving through one continuous life, with reasons and a past and a self. So the brain became a forger, and its only job, its entire purpose, is to make you feel like one whole person who has been here all along. To hide the seams, to smooth the edits, to never ever let you catch it working. And the unbearable part? It's working right now. As you've watched this, the forger has stayed online, doing its job perfectly. You still feel like one solid person who pressed play a few minutes ago. That feeling, that seamless, obvious sense of being you, is the most convincing fiction your brain produces. In fact, the person who started this video a few minutes ago is already slightly gone, re-encoded, edited by every word you've heard. You will never meet them again, and you won't even feel them leave, which means every goodbye you've ever feared, every loss, every ending you dreaded has already been happening, quietly, constantly, your entire life. You have been losing yourself in tiny increments since the day you were born, and you've been calling it remembering. So go ahead, try to catch it. Sit with your clearest memory and look for the edit. Search it for the seam, the lie, the place where your brain filled in the blank. You won't find it. Not because it isn't there, but because the thing searching for the lie is made of it.